So I'm not making coffee. I'm actually crushing or blending, grinding canola seed to get the oil. You have to crack the seed before you can feed it to your chickens. So this has actually worked out pretty well. We did mix it with wheat just to see how it blended, because we were kind of worried that it might stick and get really oily, but it's actually not too bad grinding at nearly 100%. There's a few lentils in here, but it seems to work out well. So something else we're looking into are lentils. So here's the lentils. I didn't touch on lentils too much on the last video because we didn't really have the research available, or we had it available, we just didn't read it yet. So what we're going to do with this, and we checked in on how to process this, and we kind of like the idea of turning it into greens, so sprouting them into greens. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to soak these. Apparently you soak them for 12 hours, around 12 hours, so overnight, and then the next day you take them out and you lay them out on a tray and you wait for them to sprout. Cover them up. So we're gonna test that. Okay, so I'm gonna pour in our lentils. Okay, there we go. Fill it up with water, and we're going to let that soak for about 12 hours. We'll see what happens tomorrow. See if we can get some sprouts going on. Okay, 16 hours later, we had initially put them in to these containers, but it expanded to the point where we actually had to put them in these stainless steel bowls. So those are the peas, and here are the lentils. I'm going to scoop them out into these containers. Make sure they're all drained really good. Okay, so they're all drained out, and here are the lentils. And here are the peas. So we're going to go and we're going to put them in our little indoor mini greenhouse. Alright, so in about 3 or 4 days we should see some sprouting action happening. So we'll close this up and we'll check back in a few days. So it's been 5 days and we have had some growth happening. So sorry about the condition of the time lapses. I was using my GoPro and I guess I had them a little bit too close in. It was a little fuzzy. You can kind of see what's going on with the whole thing growing, more so into the background where it's a little more clear. So with the lentils, for example, so here are the lentils lentils, and you can see the growth happening on that. Now what I've seen is about 3 days is where the sprouting kind of stops, and they start to require the sun. So in one of the time lapses, I think in the middle time lapse, you'll see the sun kind of coming across here, and then you'll start to see the grains start to open up and become lively. And then that also is shown at the back of the tray here, where it's not shaded. You'll see a lot more growth in that back area. So I think 3 days is probably as far as you're going to want to go with just sprouting them, and then at that point they'll need some sunshine, which today we just don't have. So it's a little tough, but it's experimenting and figuring out, you know, what works best. So the peas did pretty good too. So here's the peas. You can see all the little sprouts going on in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out, and I'm going to take a tray of lentils out and see what the chickens think of them. And we'll do a little taste test. Now my sister was watching the video and she says, well, what about Toby and Maggie, which are our dogs? And Toby's right here, so I have to show him. So Toby, sit, is a West Highland White Terrier. Good boy. He wants to play with his ball. And Maggie, just sitting over at the window, is a female Westie or West Highland White Terrier. Right, Maggie? So it's we're coming out of winter and they have their coats. We don't trim them in the fall and we let them grow out, especially Maggie, because because she's got such thin hair. So what? You want to play? Do you want to play, Maggie? Do you want to? Okay. Anyway, let's go out and see some chickens. Right? Okay. Looks like I missed somebody. So we have one more dog, and it's Atlas. Atlas is a Bernese mountain dog, and he's still kind of a puppy, aren't you? He's a little excitable at times, but he's actually very calm right now, relaxing, eh, bud? All right, let's go see some chickens. Okay, here we are out in the barn, and we'll see how these guys like these greens. So I will not use this container. I'll pour it into another one, and as they will probably destroy this little flimsy container. Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? I have to close the gate here. All right. So they love pecking all the new stuff and snow off of shoes. You can see we've opened the door. I set up a light here to get a better view, but you can see we've opened the door outside. It's nice out. It's like in the minus single digits anyway. Okay, so here we go. Seems to be a success. Yeah, they seem to be enjoying it. So I hope this onboard microphone is working better. My battery died in my Bluetooth microphone. Should be good. It's usually a pretty good mic. Anyway, it seemed like a success. You know, we'll have to learn going forward. But I think the 3-day rule would apply to this. You know, you soak them and you let them sit out for 3 days. There was a couple pieces after 5 days that you could start to see a little bit of mold growing on them. I got rid of those just to be on the safe side. So 3 days, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll try putting them out in the sun and seeing how far we can take it once the sun does come out. It's warming up. It's getting close to the freezing point. Who knows how long that'll last. We may dip down in early March again, but come back up. A lot of people have been posting on Facebook about hatching their eggs. We actually sold some eggs to some people that wanted to start hatching, and they're now hatching. So of course chicks are coming out of eggs everywhere around here. And Tara is looking at the computer screen going, oh, I gotta start hatching chicks. So as you can see, we separated the Australorps so we can get some pure birds out of them. And we'll start collecting, and we'll start up this incubator probably, I would think, possibly next weekend. So next episode may be the start of the full rundown of the incubator from start to finish, and try to cover everything. And if you have any questions about this incubator, please let me know. You can put them in the comments below. I'll try to address those at that time. And as we're going forward with the incubator, if there's anything you want me to touch base on, I'm going to try to cover as much as possible, or as much as that I know and people have asked. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.